My name is Ryan, and I'm a real client of Christensen Law. The day of my accident was August 8th, 2020. I was working a normal shift at the restaurant I manage, and I had hockey that night. And it was kind of a rough day as it was, but I was happy to go to hockey, and that was something I was looking forward to. But it was during the game that the attack happened. All of a sudden, from behind, one of the players on the other team put me in a headlock and tried to pull me down. And I had no idea what was going on. I braced myself and my leg snapped. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground and I didn't know what would come next. I'd never broken a bone. I never had to go through anything like that, but I knew right away something was horribly wrong. When I think back on that incident, the biggest emotion was just the fear of the unknown. I'm completely independent. I'm responsible for all of my bills. I'm responsible for showing up to 2 different jobs. All of that flashed before, and I didn't know what was going to happen. I just knew right away that my leg was definitely broken, and really badly. You know, you can prepare for a lot of things in life, but you can't prepare for the fact that you can't walk on your own leg. And something like that changes your ability to function in ways that you can never predict. You know, you always know something could happen that's terrible and catastrophic. You see it all around you all the time, but you don't really think it's going to happen to you. After going to the hospital, I remember the doctor coming back very quickly after an x-ray and thinking immediately, well, this can't be good. That never happens. I knew it was really bad. He told me I would need surgery, that they would try to start the process the next day, but it would be a long recovery. And there would probably be plates and screws and months of not being able to walk involved. It's very scary and very uncertain, and you don't know at first what to think or where to turn. I started to think that it was wrong what happened, and I needed to do what I could to at least try to see what recourse I could have to help out, because I was not going to be able to take care of myself financially for quite a while. In thinking of how to reach out to explore legal options, I asked someone that I worked with, who I knew his mom was a legal counsel for a university. I asked, should I go with someone I've seen on TV? Should I go with one of the big law firms in the area that quote unquote specializes in this type of work? And she said, you know, some of them do a pretty good job, but there's really only one I would recommend, and that's Dave Christensen. Christensen Law changed my perception of lawyers immediately on contact. The first attorney I worked with, Deb Tonelli, was so warm and kind and thoughtful, not only in questions about my case and in really getting detail out of me and getting me to talk about exactly what happened and how it's affecting me, but every conversation began with, how are you doing? Is there anything that you need? What can we do for you beyond just fighting for you? What do you need emotionally? That was shocking to me. I did not expect that at all. I felt amazing because I felt like I was a real person and someone that I was being focused on by a firm that probably had several other cases that were certainly more lucrative. I took my injury seriously, but I'm realistic about things. People deal with far worse, but they treated my situation as the most important thing in the world. To have Christensen Law fighting for me felt like I had an advocate around every corner, that every T would be crossed, every I would be dotted. And there was a point in time where the defendant was not cooperating, and it looked actually like this was not going to necessarily go forward. She said, you know, this doesn't often go this way, but we really feel that we need to fight for you. This is a situation that we're not going to let go by the wayside. It's important to us that you get justice in this case. And that meant the world to me. They could have dropped this. They didn't have to keep fighting. They could have gone on to the next client and they could have made their money with someone else, but that's not how they are, and that's not what they do. They care about each person, and that's extraordinary. You don't get that. Christensen Law made it possible for me to have control over the rest of my life. They made it possible for me to make plans based not on trying to dig out of a financial hole, but on what I dream going forward, what I really want to do with my life. Certainly you could go with a large law firm, but you're not going to get the care, you're not going to get the attention to detail, you're not going to be treated like a person like you would with Christensen Law. They will look out for your best interests at all times, and the financial gain and the fight that they have that will produce it is extraordinary and better than you're going to get anywhere else, but it's more just how you'll feel in dealing with people that care about you as a person.